Hey guys, I want to welcome you back to another episode on J of All Trades. Today I want to show you guys how to replace two storm door closers. As you can see, this bottom one is badly bent out of shape here, and even that piece in the back has ripped out of the door frame. And so I want to show you guys exactly how to replace this one. And let's take a look at the one at the top here. You're also going to notice that it's badly bent out of shape. And the reason why they bent like this was because the door was left open overnight and there was really heavy winds. And so that wind pushed up against the storm door and completely bent these things out of shape. These door closers can only be opened up to a certain point, and once you try to force them past that point, you're going to end up bending them. Now, storm door closers can be installed either at the top or the bottom of the door, depending on the design and your personal preference. Now, some closers, especially those with a touch and hold feature like this one, are recommended for the lower portion of the door. On this particular door, we're going to replace both door closers exactly the way they were. So we're going to have the touch and hold feature in the bottom, and we're going to have this one at the top. And this brand is by Right. I'm going to include a link in the description so you guys can go out there and get it if you'd like. And both of these are from the same company, but this one has the touch and hold feature where you can see here, there is a button here that you can push up against, and that allows you to lock the door open. And I'm going to show you how to do that later on. Before we open up these new door closers, we're going to remove the old ones and we're going to get them out of the way. Now, the first thing you want to do is you want to remove this pin right here that holds the entire closer cylinder. This will give you enough clearance to get to the screws on the bracket in the back here. You want to pay attention to the orientation of the bracket because it does matter the direction in which you turn that bracket. We're going to repeat the same steps for the closer in the bottom. And as you can see, part of this door frame got damaged. You can tell that it was really heavy winds because it managed to damage two door closers and bend them really badly. Just take a closer look at this bracket and you'll see that it's really bent out of shape. And so you can imagine the amount of force that the door was swinging back and forth with. So we're going to remove these little wood chips here, clear it out, but we're going to save the biggest piece because we're going to do some repairs here. I'm going to be using this adhesive here to put the wood back together, and this is Liquid Nails heavy duty version. I'll include a link in the description. So the first thing I started doing was applying this stuff right on the side here, and I'm just basically filling in any deep gaps and just making sure that this gets into all the crevices. This particular heavy duty liquid nail adhesive is extremely strong when it dries, especially on wood. You can also use a strong wood glue as the alternative. Now here I'm just using my fingers to just work it in there and just making sure that this is spread out nicely. Now I'm just going to fit this wood right back where it came out of, and I'm going to make sure that it's seated nice and flush. And of course, you're going to ensure that the excess liquid nail that comes out is cleaned up and just forced back into those cracks. Once that's fully dry, you're ready to install your new door closers. One thing I must say, they really do a good job of packaging this stuff well. It's almost watertight in this enclosure here. When I open up something like this, I like to spread everything out on the floor or on a table and see exactly where all the parts are. And here you can see there's nothing complicated here. You've gotten the same pin, all your brackets, and a bunch of screws here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put it exactly the way it was. And I want you to pay close attention to the way that this bracket is being placed in, because you want to make sure that it is facing in the correct direction. Now we'll use the longest screws that came with this pack, and we're going to secure this bracket straight into this frame. Now we're going to place this manual stopper and slide it right onto this rod here. And I want you to pay attention to the direction in which that stopper is facing. Now you're going to take the pin and you're going to place that rod in between that bracket holder and slide the pin straight down. You may need to rock the door closer back and forth to get the pin to slide down. Once the pin is on there, it should look like this. Now we're ready to put this bracket onto the door. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to use the holes that were existing there, but unfortunately those holes were loose. So I'm going to have to drill a new hole. So what you can do is use a metal drill bit, and you're going to drill a hole straight into the door here. And this new hole will allow you to screw a screw into here and secure this nice and tight. Now you're ready to attach the cylinder to this bracket. First thing you want to do is grab your pin. Then you're going to extend the entire cylinder to meet the pinhole. Keep in mind that the door closer is under some tension, so it will help if the door was closed. However, I found it a little bit easier to be able to move the door and the cylinder at the same time. The operation of this new door closer is perfect. Now we're ready to install the bottom door closer with a touch and hold feature. Here we're going to install this bottom bracket right over this repair here, and then we're going to secure it straight into the door frame. Now we'll take the pin and place it through the rod. Next, we're going to make some new holes just to secure this nice and tight. Once again, we're going to extend the cylinder and we're going to use a pin to drop it through the pinhole. Now you want to ensure that the door is opening and closing smoothly. Here we're going to do a full test on the touch and hold feature, and when you open the door you simply push on this button and let go, and it will hold the door open. When you're ready to release the door, just simply push it back and let it go. This particular door closer in the bottom has a tool-free adjustment for you to adjust the speed of the door closer. So if you want to adjust the tension there, you can do so. And the one in the top, you'll require a screwdriver, and this is a Phillips head in order to turn that screw there, and that will allow you to adjust the tension on this one. Overall, I really like the performance of these door closers, and that's the reason why I recommended getting them again. If it weren't for us leaving the door open overnight and allowing the wind to really push and beat against this, these door closers would have continued working just fine. So I want to thank you guys for joining me today. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel to continue to get more videos like this one, and I'll see you guys on the next one.